Hello, Weebs and Normies. Welcome to the Anime Club. I'm Graham.
And I'm George.
All right, George. We are potentially in the right ReZero timeline now. Last time
Let's hope.
was
Let's
really
hope.
bad with SATELLA, but we also got a ton of answers last time as well, where Subaru was able to talk to Echidna and talk to the other witches, which was so freaking confusing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but I'm so glad. Dude, my number one question this whole time was, how does the respawn mechanic work?
True.
And it's based on a guess, but it's at least like an educated guess, I would assume, from the witch of greed, from Echidna. And so it gives me something to like plant myself, and it seems like it had a similar effect on Subaru, because he's now like, okay, you're saying it's unlimited, we'll go based off that assumption. I'm gonna try and defy the witch now, use her own power against her. Like it was a source. Knowledge is a source of power, almost literally in this instance.
100%.
And feels good.
Yeah, it's amazing how just a slight perspective shift like that can really affect you mentally. It really just can change so much by seeing something from a different angle. So yeah, this is big. And also, we left on a huge cliffhanger of him talking to Betty. I totally forgot.
I know.
Oh, frick. Also, we're coming up to episode 13, which is the next video after this video, which is the mid-season finale and the end of the first core as well. So we're gonna be watching that video, episode 13, and then we're gonna watch the break time videos instead of watching 14. So we have like those break times come in, and then we'll have that little like break as well between the episodes. And then we'll have episode 14, 15, and then it'll also end perfectly with the double episodes, because I think 25 is the last one. So it'll end. Or actually, maybe 24 is, and it'll end on the, no,
we'll figure 25. It out. We'll either do an episode in break times. Does it keep going? A break time for each episode?
Yeah, the break time. We'll have to watch the rest of the break times at the end of the season.
At the end.
Yeah, but I believe it ends on 25. That'll put us on ending on, because it's 1, 2, ends on even, and then we'll end on odds. So yeah, so we'll be 25 at the end. So that'll be perfect. Any predictions on what we're going to talk about with Betty?
I hope we understand, or maybe not fully, but get a better glimpse at Betty's true nature. What is it about her, or her gospel, or just whatever it is that makes her so compelled to follow Subaru? Right? We know that. Is it like faith? Is she
not just
like
her.
Hoping?
Roswaal as well.
Roswaal as well, yeah. And he's figured it out. He's cracked the code, which is awesome.
Yes, that's crazy.
But, yeah.
What's the implication of that? Like, I'm so freaking genuinely so interested.
I think
in what
that's
the
part of why he
is.
was gone. I think that's why he was gone. The gospel told him to do it, and he followed it, and he's like, the gospel says so, I got to do it. His following of Subaru, though, or at least like, allying himself with him, seems more voluntary. And from what Roswaal's own words led me to believe, it seems like Betty's will be kind of compulsed. Like she won't have a choice. It could have been, I could have taken the wrong meaning from that, but that's the impression I got. It could also be she wants to follow him for him, because she also admires the gospel and all this stuff. But we'll see, I guess. I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah, I feel like she likes him more. It's like a tsundere type of situation. So I feel like she does like him, and she is now just happy to like help him. Because I felt like last time when like things were going really bad and the gospel was telling her not to help him, she seemed like pretty freaking upset about that. So I think that was my interpretation. Yeah, sure. It's interesting. My real question then is like, since when did he know? Like, when did Roswaal know? Was it from the very beginning? Like, has he always been following these books? Like, what the frick? Oh man,
he's been following it for a while. Like he like held it to his chest and kind of like loving way, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe revering way. Precious way. Yeah, exactly. So this isn't something that just came up now. Now, when he figured out as far as to who Subaru was, that's a great question.
That's what I'm wondering.
He said he left because he knew Subaru would pull through, which leads me to believe by that time he already knew. By that time, he's like, all right, Subaru's him. Maybe he didn't know 100%, but maybe he like guessed. And he's like, all right, I'm going to check out and see what happens if I leave. If not, we're fricked. But somebody out there is going to reset the timeline. Or it is Subaru, and my guess is correct. It was maybe something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and then who's writing these gospels as well?
Yes.
Right? Like,
who's writing the gospel?
Written, or is it like an independent magic item? Or freaking what? Like, if it's by the witch, then like she's using the books and the resetting to like direct the course of events.
Multiple
or maybe
people. Yeah. Or
maybe the books are like a counter spirit that's like trying to direct against, like, help Subaru.
The wizard of envy. I don't know.
The wizard of the wizard of selflessness or something.
Perfect. There you go.
There we go.
we have the 7 sins. We need the 7 virtues, whatever they may be.
Whatever
the wizards of virtue.
That's right. Oh, that's great. All right. Well, shall we get going there, George?
Let's do it. I'm excited.
All right, let's do it.
Uh-oh, the door's open.
The door's open. I noticed that too.
Oh, no. No, wait. She's going to the page?
Oh,
tell her what Roswaal told you to say, dude. It's blank? It's blank. Can only she read it, though? Oh, what?
Many years. Wait, what?
Oh.
She?
Oh, dude, that's the Witch of Greed. She wants knowledge.
You're right.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
what? Okay.
Oh, that sucks.
But he's here now.
Finish me?
Oh. Take my life. She wants to die? Dang. 400 years.
Jeez, that's a long time. Oh, man.
So it fills in as it goes. Interesting. But what's the nature of this contract, though? It's not like anyone can just come and annul it.
Yeah, right? Oh.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, my gosh. Bro, but he's the one.
Yeah.
He's the one she told you to wait for. Yes, he literally is. Oh, man.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, she's here already.
Oh, frick. Well, there's our answer for that.
Oh, that's why. Yes, exactly.
Oh my gosh, dude. What the frick?
She's insane. And she licks her lips. Bro.
Oh! She did a shamak. Oh! He's gonna take her out.
But she can't leave the library.
I guess she can.
I guess not willingly. Yeah, she's the other person.
No, isn't
Wait,
that...
what?
Isn't that freaking...
Oh my gosh, dude.
No way.
Yes.
What?
Bro.
Oh, dude, that's fricked.
One bite. She was eaten alive.
Gosh, dude.
Subaru,
Come on,
don't fall
Subaru.
back into it, dude. There's just one test.
That's right. Pull it together.
Oh. Oh. Just like Puck, but it's like purple crystal. Shadow magic. Stagnant time? What? Oh, it freezes them?
Oh, dude, no way.
She wrecked her, what?
It's just boobs. Dude, Betty is insane.
Yeah, she's crazy strong. Bro, yeah, Subaru, come on, dude.
He wants info.
That's smart, actually.
Oh, you idiot, Subaru. What?
Oh
No.
my gosh.
No.
Oh. Wow.
Oh. Oh, dude.
He's not killed. I always have the dread, dude, now that the witch is gonna be like, yep, this is what I want.
Oh! Dude.
Jeez.
She healed
Oh, she puts him out of his misery.
Oh. Teleport?
No way.
No. Oh, that's not good.
She tried to save his life.
Oh no.
Wait. Did the
I want
rabbits
to know
already
what
come?
the frick. Yeah, what's going on with the snow? Is it Emilia?
Oh, maybe it's Puck?
Oh, he's going into trial too. Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Huh? No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not.
It's SATELLA.
Oh.
Dude, as part of the trial, she gets possessed.
Bro, this
Dude,
is gonna
everything
get him
is
like
falling apart.
what is happening? Dude, is that SATELLA talking? That
It
is
is
an interesting thing to
100%,
say.
dude. Oh man.
Is it?
What is going on?
I don't know.
Dude, look at that those crazed eyes, dude.
Ah, is it? I feel like she's being weirdly honest or something. Oh.
No, this is the witch, dude.
It's definitely the witch. Holy frick.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pissed.
Is he trying to anger him so he can die?
Oh, he is. Bro, what is happening? There's still so many questions.
Is it Roswaal making it snow?
Before he goes to the
and
next
then he's
one.
ready to reset. Oh, jeez.
Oh. Oh, he didn't.
Dude, Roswaal, just tell him what you know, dude. Oh. What?
No
Oh my gosh, he
fucking
stabs
way.
Ram He stabs her to get to him?
No,
oh my gosh.
Bro, what the frick,
Dude,
Roswaal?
what is going on, man? I thought we were getting a semblance of like answers. I thought we were gonna have a conversation with Betty. What is happening right now, dude?
I don't know. Dude,
this episode has been freaking like twist after twist after twist. How? Why? Oh my gosh.
I thought we were so freaking close to like understanding what was going on in this set of events.
Me too. Me too, dude.
Nothing is going the way I expected at all. So Roswaal knows that this is a failed timeline, so he just murdered Rem.
Yes. But why?
Or Ram.
Why put her through that pain, right?
Because it doesn't matter. It's not real. Nothing that is going to happen right now is real. So Roswaal knows, but Betty, we speculated that she knew, but she doesn't know about the resetting, but Roswaal does. And then he's like, did you hear about the snow from me? And then when Subaru was like, what? Then he's like, oh, okay, you didn't maybe then. So he's like, okay, well.
Look, Roswaal, we don't know a lot about him.
He's
and stuff,
ruthless,
but like,
bro. He's ruthless.
You got to have a certain ruthless quality about you to be so flippant with the life of someone who's so loyal to you, right?
Sure.
Like
he's
like,
ruthless.
and okay, he understands about the timeline resetting. That much is like pretty much clear.
Sure,
but still, like even Subaru, who is the agent, so to speak, of such resetting, still feels like pain and remorse whenever anyone he cares about even just feels bad. He left a note to Emilia.
Yeah.
Like, okay, has this timeline stuff happened before? And Subaru's not the first one? And that's why, like, Roswaal is he's like so done with just like pretending to care about anyone in a non-established timeline? Or is he just ruthless because that's just who he is, or he's ruthless because of another motivation? Like,
maybe,
I don't know, man.
Maybe because he asked, okay, here's a theory. So he asked Subaru, did you hear about the snow from me, like a different timeline me? Subaru seems confused. And then Roswaal thinks, oh, if Subaru didn't hear about the snow from me yet, that means this isn't the right timeline. We're still waiting to go to the right timeline. Because in the right timeline, he'll have already heard about the snow from me, and then he was told to ask me. But since he didn't, this isn't correct. So, like, I can do anything I want now. He's just like, none of this matters, LOL. We'll just do whatever the frick. Right? He's ruthless, dude. He's ruthless. It's amazing. And then I don't know. I genuinely have no idea if that was Emilia or SATELLA. Like, I don't know. I think it could have been like a mind break freaking Emilia where she's lost it.
That's another option too. Yeah.
Right?
The trial broke her. Yeah. And so she's, dude. Yeah. And I have a bunch of stuff and I'll leave it till the end so we can keep going. But like, Betty's gospel is being written by by Echidna. She's been contracted to Echidna, and there's like a whole bunch of stuff to say about that. But like, that must mean that Roswaal's gospel is also being written by Echidna.
Possibly. But, well, you make a little bit of a logical leap that it's being written by her. I mean, it could have been gifted by her and written by someone else.
Sure.
Right, there's a lot of
essentially the point that I'm trying to get to is Betty was under the influence of Echidna.
Sure.
How do we know Roswaal isn't? It seems more likely that he is than that he isn't. His whole family's been tied up with this. So like, is it greed and envy? Are they at a war here? A war of like actions or whatever? And
I mean, we speculated about that before.
Roswaal's Echidna's agent, much like Subaru is the Witch of Envy's agent. Like, could something like that
Are they
exist?
being manipulated, right? Is
or
Subaru being manipulated
yeah.
from his like resetting and Roswaal? That would explain why Roswaal knows, because Echidna told him.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, let's keep going here.
Okay.
Hopefully we get some answers. Yes.
Oh, dude, that's
I shall
so
offer
fricked.
this soul to you. What does that mean?
Echidna?
Oh, that's who he's talking to. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, oh. He just decapitated him, dude.
Bro,
oh my gosh.
With a kick. Bro, he's crazy.
How is he going to be in a state to talk after this, bro? What? Oh my gosh, dude.
A little chance to
Really?
feed him. Interesting.
Really? Over and over.
Yes, over and over. Subaru has not caught on.
Explain it to you as if you... What?
Just rage. True.
Oh.
It's a great fucking point. Oh man, this is amazing.
Oh, okay. Is this one... does this have stuff written in it? It's not a gospel. Oh.
Seriously, what? No, don't show it again.
He wants to die as well?
Which is, well,
or is
not
it separate
necessarily.
wish? Yeah.
Isolate Emilia. What?
Oh my gosh. Oh
What?
my gosh, dude.
What?
Oh my gosh, dude.
Oh jeez! Why?
Bro,
What?
he's just beating him to death? Like what? What? No mind to start over. Can he reset without dying?
It's not an assumption.
Yes. Oh no.
Holy frick. So this is how it ends. No, come
Dude,
on.
and he just throws him to the rabbits?
No
Not
freaking way,
again.
dude.
Not again.
That's so fricked. Oh,
Okay.
dang, dude. He is freaking
Yes.
incredible. Yeah,
That's
what?
true. Catch up to
Catch
me.
up to me? Bro, is this actually
Emilia?
Subaru?
You can become like me.
Become like me.
Oh.
He just dies. I see. Oh, frick.
Dude.
Bro.
Wait, what?
Alive?
What? He's
No
still
frickin'
alive?
way. Bro, he did come to her. What the frick?
Oh my gosh. Is he like mostly eating right now? Bro. What's happening?
So
Oh, no.
freaking fricked. Is it just his head?
Oh gosh, dude. That is so brutal.
Oh my gosh.
Dude. But I wouldn't like a Subaru who didn't look at anybody else. Dude, this is the witch 100%.
No.
Ugh. Taste of death.
Holy frick, bro.
Okay. This was an intense episode, man.
Holy frick.
My goodness.
Frickin' Yandere frickin' Emilia over here. Holy frick. Yandere. So Yandere is like...
I don't know what that is.
That's basically like... The girl's crazy for you to the point where, like, if you even think about looking at another girl, she's just insane. She'll probably kill that other girl just to make sure that you don't look at anyone else but her. And she's like, yeah, obsessed with you to that level kind of thing. That's basically the weird Emilia we were dealing with at the end here.
That's the witch. I don't think that's Emilia.
I don't know,
I think
bro.
that's the
There's
witch.
something frickin'... The witch was like unhinged in a different way, and this feels like a different unhinged, right? Like,
it could be like, I don't know how this works, but it could be like a mixture of them both. Like their souls are like merging, or their minds, or
something. She broke, man.
Something. I don't know. Yes, I don't know what it is, but I don't. That's not. I think it's more than just like a mental snap, Emilia.
Yeah.
It's possible there is a mental break in there. Like 100%. I almost think that's super likely. But on top of that, there's like part of the witch. Maybe it's as light as her influence, or maybe it's as deep as like her soul. Emilia is undergoing the process of having her soul be taken over, right? Or her body or something. I don't know.
But the strange thing about it is, though, like, when it was the witch, for sure, like, the witch was, like, unhinged, only thought about one thing, and didn't, like, have any recollection, per se, of being Emilia. Whereas, like, this Emilia acts, at least in part, like her.
Like Emilia,
and is, like, talking about things related to her, is, like, really honest about, like, her feelings. But, like, it's, like, honesty plus obsession, right? Yeah. So it's like not quite honest 100% to how Emilia is, but it is like at some level. But then it's like, okay, is this an outside influence, or is this some kind of like internal release of like who she really is, because she is like the witch, or she is like a vessel? And then does this have to do with like Subaru and her and his like attachment to the Witch of Envy? Does that like link them together? And like, I don't know, man, there's so many freaking questions about this.
There's so many ways that this could be possible. Like, do we know where the witch was sealed to?
Nope.
Right? And then also, I guess I was thinking like maybe she's like sealed inside Emilia, but maybe not, because like why would the witch kill Emilia when Subaru was telling her that he could return from death? Well, maybe it's not part of the timeline that she wants to establish. And she's like, we're just going to reset this anyways. So I'm going to do this to prevent him from ever telling anybody else again.
Right, but if the witch is manipulating Subaru to reset time until Emilia becomes a proper vessel, well, I don't know. Because, like, hold on. If that's the case, there was a timeline where Emilia became the witch, I guess.
Yeah, true.
So, like, that would have been it, right? Save at that point, at least, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
why does... but it wasn't the witch who killed Subaru.
It was Echidna's...
Subaru killed himself. It was Echidna's power.
But
right?
Why wouldn't you set... You know when she's hugging Subaru? Set the checkpoint.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you're right. Trap him in a loop. Graham, this just throws a wrench into my pre-established understanding of the checkpoint. Oh, no.
Yeah, right? Why not set the checkpoint when you're hugging him? Just like, oh, this is the perfect moment. Now you'll never escape. I'm SATELLA, and you'll never escape now. It's the perfect scenario, right? Why not?
Maybe that's not fully as crazy as the witch is. She understands that there's like a better outcome.
Is
she's
there?
Still trying to get to that. I don't know.
Like better in what way?
Either that's the case, there's a better outcome, or Echidna is wrong, or she's too crazy to like properly think in the moment, I guess. Like what are the other reasons why she wouldn't set the checkpoint, right?
That maybe it's not fully SATELLA. Maybe it's like it actually is Emilia, but like heavily like mind poisoned or something to like some weird degree for some reason. Like it's just like a lesser of what just happened here. It's just like a more extreme version of what's happened there. It's not necessarily SATELLA. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Maybe Emilia, not maybe. I'm like certain now, after all we've seen and last time as well, Emilia is a proper vessel. Maybe the witch just wasn't completely free. Maybe whatever happened, like,
or maybe she failed, George, and she wasn't ready, and it didn't work. Right? That's why she broke.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know.
There's so many questions.
Then
dude.
there's freaking Roswaal.
There's Roswaal. Okay, before let's talk about the episode in order. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget about things. Let's go back to Betty. Okay.
Sure, Betty.
She is a spirit contracted to the Witch of Greed, to Echidna, and the contract forced her to stay trapped in this library. And clearly, she's like, after 400 years of being trapped here, I just want to die. I'm over being in this stupid library. I don't care about anything. I don't know why Subaru wouldn't just say, I am that person that can free you of that contract. I don't know why Echidna left a contract to Betty to say, hey, there's going to be somebody in the future. I know what the Witch of Envy is going to do. She is going to bring somebody in the future who's going to wind up here. Has SATELLA tried this before and failed somehow? And the Witch of Envy, or the Witch of Greed, Echidna's like, you know what? I think I need to set up some contingency plans here to thwart the frickin' Witch of Envy's SATELLA's plans.
But how does she know
has
the
she
future?
tried this before?
How?
Yeah, well, yes. These are all questions I have. Like, okay, how did she know somebody was going to come in the future to set up such a contingency plan? Maybe this is just an educated guess. Clearly, the Witch of Greed tries to amass knowledge. It's one of the, I guess, consequences of being so greedy. So she's probably like super smart, very well educated. She's so
greedy, she wants to know the future as well. Having the future not be known. Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If she wanted this contingency plan somehow, and I'm not saying it had to be a contingency plan, but this is just one line of questioning of like 1,000. Why did she stop writing the frickin' future for Betty?
Yeah.
Why did she stop guiding Betty directly to Subaru? Did she simply not know? Was her foresight closed? What's the nature of this contract? Like, what's Betty going to do for Subaru now? Like, protect him, keep him alive,
right?
So that
like,
he doesn't ever die again.
In making her wait that long for what exactly? Like, just to die? Like, obviously, Betty is the one who's wanting to die, but that's not like the purpose of the contract and waiting for Subaru. It's to help him in some way, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. But like, to what end?
Yeah.
How did she know he was going to end up at the library? Is she just like, I don't know. There's like all that. So she's a spirit. Betty is a spirit.
We confirm now.
Is that why she likes Puck so much? Because Puck is also a spirit. Did Puck know she was a spirit?
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone knew that Betty's been a spirit this whole time. I think that was something that was more obvious to the characters than it was to us for a while, but I think that's known. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what was the reason she was stationed, for lack of a better term, at this library was because of her ties to Roswaal? The Echidna's ties to the Roswaal family?
She definitely, knew Echidna before she knew Roswaal, for sure. But then, like, the Mather's family line has some kind of connection, along with Betty, to Echidna. And the question is, like, why and how?
Yeah.
And what's this all about? Like, what is this all about? Seriously.
And she's been here for 400 years. When did the Witch of Envy die? Do we know? Like, I feel like we know this, but we've both forgotten the timeline.
I feel like
do we have something they've said before, right? I don't know if we have an exact year, but like I feel like 400 years ago sounds correct.
400 years ago was the beginning of the contract with Betty and Echidna. It was also when the 3 major mob beasts were created.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And it's potentially when SATELLA was killed. And sealed.
Sure. Okay. So then I see. So then.
And then all of the around that time, 400-ish years ago, that's when all the witches got killed, I guess. If we assume that because they're there with Echidna, or I guess not all of them, we haven't seen them all, but allegedly they're potentially all there. So like, did they kill the Witch of Envy? And then they're like, now we got to kill the rest of them, boys. And then they went boop, 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 and killed all the rest and then sealed them here, or what?
I think it was the Witch of Envy who killed the other witches.
And stuffed them all into the frickin' sealed area.
Yeah, like, so what is this? That's another question. Like, what is that realm? Is that just like...
Great question.
Purgatory for witches? Because like witches never die. And so they're like in here. Is this some realm created by SATELLA for the other witches? Is this a realm created by freaking Roswaal's ancestors somehow?
Right. And is the sanctuary fundamentally just a different place than like the dream realm thing, right? The witch's grave? Because like if the witch's grave came first and then SATELLA started influencing people like the Mathers family to make this sanctuary so that they could use Ryza's frickin' body to make a body for Echidna to inhabit, but she wasn't a proper vessel. And so like the process has been kind of slow, and then they're manipulating the Mathers family, and then they have Betty for like security for the future for Subaru or something for some freaking reason that we don't understand. Like, I don't know. There's so many freaking questions as to exactly why, like which came first and why certain steps were made and what exactly are the implications of those steps for the future. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, I don't know. Can
we talk about Roswaal now?
Yes. Yeah, there's like a billion other things that I want to know about Betty, but like we're not going to get an answer. Let's talk about Roswaal.
Bro. I don't know, man. I feel like Roswaal is freaking Subaru. Like at this point, I feel like I'm really on that freaking train right now.
So, okay, the only reason why I don't think that's the case is because that means that the Witch of Envy failed to guide Subaru to the... Well, she will fail, right? But like, this implies that she has already failed if Roswaal is Subaru. Right? Like, I think once the story is finished, Subaru will have somehow outsmarted the witch, or maybe she comes back to life and then he, gets rid of her permanently. I don't know how it ends exactly. But Subaru is currently in that journey to defy the witch. And I do think at the end of the day, the witch is going to be defied in some way. But if Roswaal is Subaru, it would seem to me as if she already lost. And she's like somehow trying again, which I guess is possible, but I don't know. I just don't see that as being...
I don't know
the way it goes down.
What the explanation is as to how or why or what the frick is going on with Roswaal being Subaru and how that could have happened. But like... Don't you think some of the things that he said here were
it's super
really
sus.
freaking weird?
I'll give you that. Especially like, you'll be me, you'll become me. But I think it's more like, I'll become like you.
I can't kill you, but there are other things I could do. Am I wrong? Considering the future you and I share. Right?
Yeah.
Like...
It's super sus. I won't deny that. I think since we don't know what his dearest wish is...
His dearest wish is what he's doing, helping Emilia. Isn't that what he's doing? Hasn't all of this been for Emilia's sake?
Okay, so right now, when he purposely turned the villagers against Emilia, this was because he noticed that the future he wants isn't set in stone. And so he's like, all right, time to start resetting things here. Is that what you think is happening?
Roswaal, from a Roswaal's perspective?
Yes, Roswaal's perspective, yeah.
Yeah, he knows that things are going to reset. Like, he knows about the resetting. He's known for at least a period of time because Echidna's probably told him. So, yeah, I don't know. There's not enough there to make it be that absolutely he's Subaru.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what Roswaal's deal is. I don't know if the gospel is written for him or it's not.
May not be a very smart way to do things. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Bro, everything he said here was like freaking, even after all this, you have no mind to start over. What are you, but planning what you do to someone. It appears our discussion is over.
Great rabbit, dude.
This is how it ends. Great rabbit only on the second day. It's likely due to the snow. Daphne said the great rabbit started a large quantities of mana. Yeah, that's a great fucking question. So is Puck dead? Or is Puck alive and doing this? And then this is the great amount of mana? Or is this actually done by Roswaal? And because Roswaal using so much mana to make the snow, that's why the rabbit comes?
I don't know. I have no idea. There was one thing he said here that was very, very interesting, which is at the end when he's dying, he's like, it's not going to be me, but it's going to be another me that like fulfills this. Yeah. My present self will end here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, keep going. Let's see what else. Another me, one who is not myself, will be here after you start over. Okay, so there's two ways that you can kind of interpret this. One is kind of like the more straightforward way of like, I'm dying, and it's like, not that it's like another me. It is me, but just like I've branched out past the like correct timeline. And so we're going to essentially rewind. And that me is going to be the one that's going to keep going, right? Like we're rewinding.
It's not him, but it's enough of him that even as long as his goal is fulfilled, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care if he dies, but a future him will carry out the goal. That's how obsessed about the freaking goal he is.
Yeah, he's definitely obsessed. The other interpretation that I had of this, and I don't know if you've seen it. It's like, it was a super famous YouTube video back in the day, but it's of this guy who invented a time machine. And he goes up, there's this girl in the park, and he goes up and he tries to hit on her, and he fails miserably. And he's like, let me just reset. And he hits the button. And then like he like warps back. It said like time resets, new scene. And he's like on that bench again, and he tries to hit on the girl. And like slowly through like multiple button hits, he finally gets the girl essentially. And then she says something. She's like, this was a stupid thing to say. Let me reset the button. I'll reset the time machine now. She resets the button, and he's sitting there on the bench, and he sees her just die. And then it like shows the scenes of all the times he pushed the button. He essentially died, and that timeline kept going. And it was like a failed thing that actually exists, but it warped his mind to a separate timeline, and he got to like try again. But all those failed timelines continue to exist. This is, I think, less likely, but my second interpretation was something like that, where how does the resetting actually work? Is it a rewind, or is it a timeline manipulation sort of deal, right?
Right.
I don't know. Just the fact that he said that, that's kind of a weird, that's kind of a cryptic way of saying something. Cryptic's the wrong word. I don't know the word that I'm searching for, but it's an odd way of something that could be very straightforward. Maybe ambiguous is it, but it doesn't quite capture what I'm trying to say. But like, why say it this specific way? Why say it another me? Why not say, I won't be able to do it this time, but I'll try again, right? Like, I don't know exactly what the correct script should be, right? But it's just like,
because
why
he
these
doesn't
words?
Right. I think I understand what you're saying. I don't think the interpretation is that like this timeline will necessarily continue, but he's not saying it like I'll try again because he knows that he won't know anything that's happened in this timeline. He doesn't go back. It's just like things reset. Right?
Yeah.
That's my interpretation of that is like, listen, I'm stuck here. It's over, right? But like it makes no difference to me because things are going to reset anyways. Right?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily because if he's like, he can't try again. There is no try again for Roswaal. Right?
Yeah, that's maybe a correct interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like things are going to happen again. Subaru can try again.
I won't remember this part of it actually makes that more clear. Okay.
Right. Okay. That's what I think.
Whew. All right. At least that's one little tiny thing I can forget then.
Yeah, so that's not how a normal human thinks, right? 100%. So this is the interesting thing to me. I kind of got the impression that like once Roswaal knew that this was a failed timeline, he was totally fine to kill Ram, to blow the head off of Garfield, to beat the crap out of Subaru, which like Subaru's going to remember that. I don't know why
Subaru's going to remember it. Yes, exactly.
Like, okay.
But probably why he said it's not smart to do this, but like, bro,
that's probably why he said that. Yeah.
Yes,
true.
But still, like, if you know it's going to end, like,
why that though?
Have some grace to the one person who's going to remember what you did to him, right?
Exactly. Like, that seems very strange. Maybe he's like getting his freaking angry feelings out that Subaru hasn't succeeded and he has to die. Maybe he's just like, well, frick you. I die. But like, I thought of like, oh man, he's just like so much more mentally mature than Subaru to be able to just accept things as they are, right? To just be like, this is the failed timeline. I don't care about anything else. It doesn't matter that Ram dies because none of this is real.
Is that maturity though? Is that maturity?
Right. So that's what I thought at the time. And then he just lets himself get freaking consumed. And Subaru says that's not how a normal human thinks. And I'm just thinking like, freaking, I don't know. Is he just fucking crazy, bro? Like, is he just
I think that's it.
Nuts?
Yes.
But
he's become insane because of his single-mindedness obsession with his goal. I think.
Kind of like how Subaru is single-mindedly obsessed with Emilia. And
going back to the future Subaru theory, are we?
Right. So the other thing is like, I don't know. The other thing is like, that's not how normal human thinks. Isn't that how other people have started to interpret Subaru? Right? They've kind of been saying
to a certain extent, yeah.
Right? Like even Roswaal noted it here at the end of like, oh, well, you have no grief. Right? Like that's not how a normal person thinks. Even freaking Otto was like, bro, you're acting like weirdly calculating, calm. Like that's not how a normal human thinks, Subaru. So like he can say that, but I mean, he's not necessarily that much different from Roswaal right now. And then Roswaal says, to cap it all off, he says, the day will come when you truly catch up to me. What does that freaking mean? Come on, that's
I think when you catch up to me in like knowledge and power and skill, I don't think he's saying catch up to me as like become me. Or like
catch up to me as in like in my, because then what does he do immediately after this? There's one thing that is truly the most precious thing to you. Okay? You must get rid of everything but that. And then he lets himself get freaking destroyed by the rabbits, but then is just like totally chill with it. He's just like, I'm not really dying, kinda. I will be reset. And he's just like, so is that what he's saying? One day you'll catch up to me, not necessarily in the future Subaru sense, but in the, I have mentally accepted that this is just a video game-esque reset. And one day you're going to get to the point where you'll die as easily as I can die right now. That's how I interpreted that.
Okay. That I can see. That
was my interpretation.
Yes.
Now,
okay.
Is that because eventually Subaru will literally become him? Maybe. But it could also be like eventually you'll get to my point of like, I could just die.
You get to my level.
Yes.
You'll get to my level. Yeah, and I think it means in more ways than one. Not necessarily just I can just die, but like I am able to single-mindedly act towards this goal. I'm able to use my tools around me. In this case, Subaru's own power to reset, like all those things.
But think about this in the context of what just happened, right? Roswaal just killed Ram. He likes Ram. Now, he doesn't like Garfield, so that's like, you know, it is what it is. But, like, he kills Ram, he dies like a Chad, and then he says, one day you'll get to my fucking level. And this is after he realizes he's in the fake timeline. I think one day he's saying that, Subaru, you got to get to a point where you throw everything, he said, you throw everything away except for Emilia. You need to get to the point, basically, where you're willing to kill Ram in a failed timeline and then die like a Chad so that you can further Emilia's goals. You got to throw everything else away because you're going to get information. You're going to learn things in different timelines by doing awful, terrible things that you wouldn't normally do. But since you know it's a failed timeline, then you're going to get information. That's what I interpreted from this whole fucking thing.
Maybe that's what Roswaal has done, but I want Subaru to avoid that tendency. It's like one of those things of like, does, you know, obviously it does, but does a tree make if no one hears a tree fall in the forest, it like makes sound. I forget the actual saying. Right. But you know that old saying.
If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Yes, that's exactly it. Thank you. It's like if you do an evil thing, but no one remembers it, are you really evil? And it's like, the answer is yes, very much so. Almost always the most moral and good thing to do is something that no one's ever going to find out about, right? I say almost always. That's over exaggeration, but a lot of times rather. A good thing, you do it simply because it's the right thing to do. Even if nobody's there to like catch you doing the wrong thing, even if no one's there, like I feel like there is a certain eroding of your own principles if you one tiny little step, right? It's like, well, this is for the greater good. This is for like our other show that we're watching right now. Spoilers, but Vinland Saga season 2, Canute. Yep. It's all.
Yep.
It started with one tiny slip up.
Hold on. There's a key difference. You're holding fast to the reality that we all live in and base that entire moral quandary about, which is there's only one timeline and everything is real. In Subaru's case, once you're in a failed timeline and things are going to reset, effectively, everything is just a pawn and a tool to get to a better outcome. And if you could do one act of evil, then is it worth it to then have a incredible positive outcome, especially because that evil deed that you did is deleted. So it didn't actually happen. Now, this is a moral quandary that like can't exist in reality, but theoretically exists in the show.
I think even with multiple timelines, my point still stands because define the good timeline. What is a good timeline? Let's say you're single-minded in your purpose that Emilia is gonna be the queen. And let's say there's the potential timeline in which she is voted and ascends to the throne through her own merits and because everybody loves her, all that stuff. Or there's also the potential timeline where she ascends to the throne because everybody else is dead. They've been poisoned. They've been killed by some mob beasts, whatever sort of outcome ends up, right? And so, like, if you start slipping on things like these because you feel like, well, this is all to get to my goal, my dream, which is Emilia is the queen. I still feel, though, even though you can arrive to that endpoint goal, the timeline to get to that is still a bad timeline. And I feel like that's the danger that Subaru could fall into if Roswaal is like that already. Thank goodness he's not the one who can reset the timelines.
Imagine what he'd do to test things. It'd be crazy.
Exactly. Yes.
But I think it's possible we get a Subaru similar to that in the future. right? We're already on the track for that, right? To be fair, the dominoes are being set up. Steps are being taken.
I feel like there's also like a nuanced difference between like testing and then just doing evil deeds, right? Like he can try and fail, but, and maybe it's not even that nuanced. It's almost quite clear, actually. He can try and fail and try and approach things from the good aspect or cheat, so to speak. That's essentially what I see it like. It's essentially like a cheat in some way. Now, let's say, hypothetical scenario. Now I'm arguing against my own case, right? Like, let's say you needed some information to save everybody's life. You tried all sorts of ways to get it out of this freaking evil witch cultist guy, and you can't get it out. And like the only way is to like revert to freaking torture or something, right? It's just like, okay, well, is that a good timeline or is that like a good deed? Or I don't know, bro. Like,
or you, in order to prove yourself to the cult, you end up murdering a character in a timeline that you know is going to be deleted anyways. And then it's like, okay, that was the only way to get the essential information for the reset.
Yes.
Is that is that a wrong move?
Yeah, exactly. So there's definitely some nuance.
That's what I'm saying.
That is concerned.
That's what I'm saying. But Roswaal killed Ram in order to kill Garfield so that he could talk to Subaru and convey important information. Was that the wrong move? That's my question.
Yeah, so then this comes back to like, I guess my overall point. You could probably make a case-by-case basis on each individual action in each timeline. However, the general tendency of what I'll call cheating, you cheat enough and it changes you to the point that like other options that would have been available to you if you try to pursue a good outcome or a good deed no longer become available to you, not because they don't exist, but your mind's been like warped in a way that it's like no longer in your view. You're now like, let's say right now you have an 80-degree view, right? Like it starts to kind of close. You're like, well, this is quicker. Let's start chopping fingers off, man. Let's start pulling nails. Like, I don't have time to deal with this. Like, this guy's going to die anyways. Let's just get the info
open up more? You're saying it becomes more narrow, but doesn't it open? If you know you can
you can't maybe see it in the camera. I'm like turning. So like you still have like, you have 180 degrees in front of you, but like your turn is like,
I see.
Yeah, you're like still 180 degrees, but it's like your perspective has shifted. And so now this stuff here, you wouldn't think about that anymore. And it's not like you have more options.
Right,
like maybe some close and it opens on the other side, right? Like, I don't know if you can.
I see it in a different way. I see it as in like you have this perspective here, and instead of shifting where the goodest stuff is now no longer in your peripheral and the baddest stuff is now to get answers, my interpretation of is just a widening of now you can do the goodest stuff and the worsterest stuff, and then that is how you freaking will go through timeline to timeline. Because it's listen, something's got to get done.
I think for the worst of the worst actions to become available to you, you have to have a sacrifice, like in your soul or in your mind or however you want to describe it. Like you have to basically like descend a couple rungs in the moral layer.
Sure.
Now, the whatchamacallit, the opposite can also be true, where you're like he didn't want Betty to kill that little girl. And it's like, okay, I understand Subaru's reaction to that. And for now, I kind of support it, right? But I don't know, dude. Like, let's say you've tried 20 times and the village burns every single time because this girl doesn't frickin' die like 3 days ago, a week ago or whatever, right? And you have the option to kill her, right? And it's just, I don't know, man. How many tries? 100 tries? 1,000 tries? And then you're just like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's off her. And then we have the village saved. Okay, now we can focus on other things. So that's why I'm saying I think on a case-by-case basis, you can make an argument either way. What I'm arguing against is the repeated tendency
Sure.
of thinking this is not a set timeline, and so therefore I'm going to treat people in a callous way, because I feel like that starts to change who you are as a person. That would change
For sure.
Subaru, who
For
he is as a
sure.
person. And so that's why I'm saying, like, the best options start to close away from you, because not because they're not there, but because you change now who you fundamentally are.
Right. Yeah, you might be right, but it may be a necessity based off of what needs to get done.
That's what I'm saying. I hope Subaru avoids that tendency. I hope he can stay as like honest and earnest as he is now. And like sure, maybe he doesn't feel grief anymore, and that is kind of worrisome, but he still is able to recognize that this is like needless killing, even though the timeline's going to reset.
You don't think there's going to be a point at some point where Subaru sees people die in this kind of context and doesn't freak out, and he's just like, it is what it is?
Yes, I think there is a possibility of that. But when that happens, I feel like the Subaru who wrote a letter to Emilia because he didn't want her to feel bad in a failed timeline will be gone. I think that those are two separate Subarus if he ever gets to that point. And I'm going to miss my good old boy leaving a letter to Emilia Subaru.
Not if he holds on to the only thing that's the most precious to him, right? He can leave everything else away, but as long as he holds on to Emilia.
That's a different Subaru.
I
would argue that's a separate Subaru, yes. Because right now, Subaru doesn't want to sacrifice Petra. He felt so sad seeing Ram die. He felt so, sorry, not Ram, Betty died just now. He doesn't want to sacrifice Ram or Rem. Like, he's honestly taking the hard route. It's much harder. It would be so much easier if he's just like, frick it, frick Rem, frick Ram, frick Petra. But that's not who he is. He's a good boy. He's our good old boy Subaru, dude.
Yeah, I think I just don't think he's not in the like frick Ram, frick this and that and the other thing. I just think it's just like a more like, I don't know what the word is, logical, a more logical, objective approach to it, right? Like, there's got to come a point where he doesn't necessarily have to do freaking evil things, but there needs to come a point. Yeah, where he's detached. Not detached. See, it's not quite detached, right? It's not quite that, because, like, he just needs to accept. It's something in the middle, right? Because, like, if they've really died and he has that no reaction, that's detachment. But if he knows that they're going to revive and he has a sad reaction. Does he ever
know that for sure, though? Does he ever know that for sure?
I mean, yeah, kinda. He kind of knows. And he knows that he can reset, right? He doesn't know that, the checkpoint, but I'm sure he has some kind of, like, I don't know, maybe it's colored by the fact that, like, we know as viewers, like, Betty's probably not going to die. So we know that once Betty dies, it's a failed timeline. And so we just make that assumption. And then, but like
does
Subaru doesn't exactly know, where he's going to reset to.
We know for a fact that he tried to get Rem back. She wasn't even dead. Like, she's been like wiped from existence basically. But he tried to get her back.
Yeah, true. It's happened once at
least. So like
he
never knows 100%. And like, yes, I do agree with you that at a certain point, like, let's just use Petra as an example. Try as he might, he can't save her. And he keeps resetting and he can't save her. And he's like on his 50th try. And it's just like, dude, there are other people here in danger. You can't save everybody. I do think there has to be like
That's
letting
when it
go
should hit
at some point. Yes. But what I don't want is freaking Roswaal status where it's just like, bro, these guys are getting annoying. It wasn't quite like this, right? I'm just exaggerating, but he's just like, let me just talk to Subaru. Shut up, Garfield. Sorry, Ram. It just got to be done. All right, I'll make it up to you next time. Right? Like, that's too far, I think. And so, I want Subaru to stay his like optimistic self.
Right.
And you
want to be different from Roswaal.
Want to be different from Roswaal, and he does. There does need to be some maturing where it's like it's a realization of like, sometimes I gotta let things go. but I want him to try his earnest beforehand to not be able to let those things go.
Sure.
Right?
All right.
Like there is a certain sense of like naivety, or how do you even say the word naivety?
Naivety?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. There's a certain sense of that in like this like hopeful approach.
Sure.
Things, right.
Sure.
And like it's very easy to be dissuaded of that and become, kind of descend down into cynicism, and he becomes cynical about every timeline, which I feel like Roswaal isn't quite like that, but he's approaching that. Right. And like, and then, one step further beyond that, I would feel what past cynicism is like, you kind of loop back around and it's like hope, and you're no longer acting out of like a blind faith of things. You're like realistic about things, but you're always hoping for like the correct outcome and to do the right thing and hoping for the correct thing.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways,
okay.
That's my 2 cents on the slippery slope that Subaru could potentially go down
We'll
on.
frickin' see, bro. I don't know. I think, I don't know. There needs to come a point where he needs to have some more leveling when it comes to his reaction on things of failed timelines, potentially. So I don't know exactly what that looks like. And I don't know if he goes as far as Roswaal, but he still has some more room to go, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. He has room to both grow and regress.
Sure.
And I hope he grows. He grows to the, like I literally almost what I said, right? The naivety,
Sure.
Naive, cynical, hopeful kind of pendulum.
Sure.
Or whatever. I guess maybe hope's in the middle. I hope he stays with hope and gets out of his naive state, so to speak.
All right. Well, let's find out.
One
we got
more
one
episode.
more.
Thank goodness. Double episode feature. Thank goodness. We'll just say
right.
that. All right, let's go.
Do it. And we did get a reset.
Oh boy.
Ugh,
His eyes
so
back.
Fricked, bro. That's got to be freaking weird. Ooh, that's right. She kissed him.
Kissed him.
Emilia.
Dude, the weight of responsibility on him.
Bro, how? If it cost me my life. Ominous. Oh.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Oh, he's going back to Echidna.
I don't think she's gonna let him in.
Didn't he have to give something up? Oh. What?
Maybe it did work. Okay. Oh.
Unthinkable present. What? What? What?
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
Bro, we
Dude.
just talked about this.
Yes. Do they actually keep going? What? Is this like a fake thing set up by the witch, by Echidna somehow, or something else? And why is it that it was his voice who said that? Behold an unthinkable present.
Oh, frick,
this
dude.
is
this gonna teach him like every life is valuable? Don't become like Roswaal?
maybe.
Holy frick.
Dang.
Oh.
Oh.
Bro.
Oh. So is that a real world though? That's what we need to know. Oh jeez.
Jeez. Oh, this is
a
not
trial.
nice.
This is a trial, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is after a what's his face?
Yeah.
Betelgeuse.
Bro, this is crazy seeing these. Wow. Bro,
How many
why
of these is he gonna have to see, dude? How many? Oh.
Again.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh, this is the one.
Oh no, where he jumped off.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, even then she was thinking about that. I guess makes sense.
Again. Oh, frick. This one. What?
Oh. He shows up? Can he actually do it though?
I don't know. Who's stronger?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Oh.
He's parting the storm.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh my gosh. Dude. What is this? Oh my gosh.
Why?
How can this be part of the trial? Dude, nobody else can go through something like this.
Bro, he's going crazy.
Yeah. Oh, dude, are they real timelines? A place of everything you're feeling. Uh-oh. This is a trap. I feel like this is... Yeah, she's essentially telling him to give up. Yes, exactly. Broad. Oh, I thought he was gonna actually hit her. What? Oh, it's another witch.
Ooh.
Oh.
Lust?
Witch of Lust. Carmilla.
Right. She's so cute though. Aw. Yeah.
What? Oh, oh.
Okay. Bro. Fricking Echidna is a bit of a mother fricker. She's fricking up to some fricking games here.
I think so too, dude.
I don't know what the
think
frick
so
it
too.
is, but she's being a bit of a frick.
He has to confront his present?
Unreality.
Okay.
It's not real.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh my gosh.
Maybe it happened, maybe it didn't. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, alright, and...
She bluffing here. Oh, no, don't do it.
Oh,
Don't
this
do it.
mother fricker.
I don't know. This is dangerous, dude.
I can share in your... What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah.
Does that mean she gets...
She can come back from life? Or from
yeah,
death?
does she get the ability from that? Or she shares in it like she can support him because she is aware of it and sees the other timelines?
I want to say it's the latter, but she could be devious, and this could be a ploy for her to come back to life somehow.
Yeah, it's
so
freaking,
I don't know.
I just hate
I don't trust her. I don't trust her at all
either. But like the thing that annoys me about this is like I don't trust her. She's up to some freaking thing because she's posing as though she's helping. So that makes it suspicious. But then she says, oh, look at me. You know, it's just me up to my old evil deeds because I'm a witch. And then it's like, okay, well, is that a misdirection then? She's like saying that because she's actually good then. But like, so which is it? It's like, can't be both at the same time. I don't freaking know.
I think it's her own kind of, we discussed this a little bit before. Like, it doesn't seem like any of the witches are evil per se. It's more so they're driven solely by their sin. And because, you know, these are sins, like there's very few good things I guess you can derive from greed, but it's not like evil in the strict sense. It's more so everything is being driven by greed.
Right. Yeah. It's like, you know, circumstantial evil that just happened to come about because of the actions of greed. Right. It's not a direct result, but a circumstantial result. Yeah. I don't know, bro. It's fucking don't do it, Subaru. Don't freaking do it. No. No.
No.
That's how I know.
Dude. That's how she played her hand too much. She played her hand too hard. Yep. No. Yes, exactly. Dude, no. Freaking Subaru, you're making me angry, dude.
Yeah, this doesn't sound good, bro.
Don't raise your hand.
Surely not. Surely you will not do this.
He's not this dumb.
I don't think he'll do it.
Oh no. My gosh. Okay, is this rage? Rage? Okay.
Dang, she arrived here by herself. Oh my god.
That was a lie from the beginning? Oh, bro. She freaking...
Exactly.
Yes. Dude, real quick before she says this, she played me. I believed her that she needed to swap out with the other witches, dude.
100%. 100%. And
dude, I can't trust anything she said now. I can't.
These motherfucking witches are evil.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Bro.
Nothing.
I'm so freaking mad at Subaru though for being such a freaking naive motherfucker. Like,
he's dumb, dude. He's so stupid.
He was literally reaching out his hand like, oh, I didn't even think about there would be bad things. Like, bro, you know they're freaking witches, bro. Like, at least think for like 5 seconds and mull it over.
That was so dumb. Oh my gosh. She kept more stuff?
She's so cute, holy frick.
Why is Lus a tiny little child?
Okay, why are they all helping him?
Because they don't want her to get one up on them. That's what she said right here. I'm gonna watch her to preserve the fairness of this place. Yeah.
Here, this is my harem senses tingling right now, brother. The freaking the freaking Betty crying at the bottom of the jagged rocks when Subaru was dead, and then Ram saying, "Oh, I guess this is love." I'm just like,
yeah, could be. We'll see. But Betty was more so crying because of her own thing. She's like, I guess you're not that person. She wants to be free. That's what I didn't get anything from.
That's why Ram
Betty
said this is love, right? She said she like mentioned love or like it's ununderstandable, right? She said love specifically. Like Ram she was insinuating that Beatrice loves
Ram
Subaru.
did.
Ram said that, right? You remember that?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. She like said something that implied that. So we've got Betty, we've got Rem, we've got Emilia, kinda slowly. We've got maybe Echidna.
All these witches.
We have.
I don't know, dude.
All the witches.
I don't think Echidna loves Subaru. Not in like the traditional way that like Rem does.
But why would all the witches
Subaru
help?
As a?
Why would they? They're trying to dissuade him from the contract. That's it. That's the whole thing. Like just so Echidna doesn't get a 1-up.
At least that's why Sloth is here. I'm gonna assume that's why the rest of the witches are here.
Why would she want to preserve fairness? That doesn't make sense.
Well, she doesn't want fairness towards her. She doesn't want freaking Echidna to be winning, so to speak.
All right. Well, let's just keep going. Maybe the answers will come here, but like,
sure.
I'm telling you right now, my freaking harem dar is freaking going off the charts here.
Could be. Obligation to her.
Yeah.
Always preceded by in the end. In the end, you'd guide him to the best future. Oh man.
She wants him to freaking keep dying forever.
Yes, yeah. Bro, she's insane. What the frick?
What the frick, bro?
Oh, jeez. Ugh.
What the frick?
Bro, get out of here. She is twisted.
In her birth?
In her birth? Did she make her? You can't. There is no that person.
Oh.
What? Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh my gosh. That's twisted, dude.
What the frick? Oh, dude, what the frick?
Poor Betty, dude.
That's so fricked. Oh, frick. Her whole plan is backfiring on her like that. Oh, frick.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She's here.
No way. No way. No way.
She's here. How? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bro, the witch's tea party.
No.
This is the worst cliffhanger, dude.
That's the worst cliffhanger they've ever done. Oh my gosh. It truly is the witch's tea party now. Oh my freaking gosh.
Dang.
Wow.
Okay. I have a lot of stuff to say, but how's your haremometer feeling after this last little bit?
Yeah, I don't. It's definitely gone down slightly. At least for Echidna, right? Like Echidna clearly wants to manipulate him, and it has nothing to do with him and everything to do with the witch factor that he has from from
that,
the
yes,
Witch of Envy. Yeah, like, she just
Yeah.
wants access to that ability because. So maybe we can like hash this out so I can understand. Maybe you understand better or not. She wants that ability to be able to experience essentially everything. She's so greedy.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to experience all the timelines. Like, she's just basically like, let's experiment on everything. I want to know what this person would do in this scenario. I want to know what this person would do in this scenario. I want to know. I want to experience it. I want to see it.
A fate worse than death, dude. A fate worse than, like, we already like speculated before. Like, let's say you're old and you're like sickly and you keep dying, but the checkpoint's like 2 weeks before your deathbed, and you're like perpetually living 2 weeks of hell before you die and start all over. This is like almost that. This might actually be worse.
Right.
Because at a certain future, you will get to that point, right?
Right. And potentially, keep trying. If she gets access to the power, we don't know exactly what that would look like, but does she have the ability to then set the checkpoints? Right?
Yes, yeah. Oh, and can she go back in time?
Yeah, and she sets it in the back. She goes, let's start from the beginning. Now I want you to talk to this person. I want you to do this. Yeah. And eventually, in the end, we will, once we've done everything that can be done after billions of freaking years, we will get to the perfect
the one
end
that you
for
want.
You. Yeah. This is the best one. Yeah, because she said in the end. That was my interpretation. That was your interpretation then?
That's my interpretation as well. Yeah. In the end, when he's a husk of himself, no longer remembering what's real, what's fake, she's gonna leave him, let him live some.
Oh my gosh, dude! What a fucking psychopath!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Also, the witches are totally off, dude. The frickin' child is lust, but frickin' sloth is some like voluptuous, like lounging, sexy lady.
Is she a child though? I didn't see her as a child. I just see her as, she's tall. She's like hella tall. She's like as tall as Echidna. She just seems really soft-spoken and like soft, but she doesn't seem.
Maybe she's not a child, but she is like soft-spoken and like oddly covered up. Freaking like I would expect her to be some like flaunting, right? That's typically how lust is portrayed in almost everything, right? She's very like modest, not like forward at all.
She's not lusty.
Wrath is pouty, not wrathful. She's like pouts. It's like, bro, what? Okay.
And you know what? Gluttony, who is unyielding, like gluttony, like unrestrained gluttony, is restrained.
Not like, yes, yeah, and she's like tiny. She's not like obese, like you would expect something that constantly eats to be. But granted, she's a witch, right? Calories in, calories out doesn't quite freaking count for a witch, right? But you'd like
that
think
wasn't the angle I was thinking of.
I was thinking like freaking she'd be some sort of Jabba the Hutt type of thing. Not that big, obviously, but that's what I was expecting.
Sure.
I don't know. I expected them to like. I pride. She's a girl. She's a child. Like, you don't typically associate children with pride, but I don't have like an image of pride in my mind. I do have an image of like lust portrayed. If you ask like ChatGPT to like make an image of lust personified as a being, like it'd show you like some like, you know.
Sure, I might need to do that after just to confirm, but
oh my gosh, dude. And like same thing with like sloth. Like, I don't know. I would picture, I don't know, maybe someone lounging as well.
Sloth wouldn't even.
Know. It's just
she wouldn't even show up, bro. She showed up.
She wouldn't even show up. Yeah, she'd just be like sleepy. Yeah, so I don't know. It's a very interesting portrayal.
For sure. I wonder if the witches have been afflicted by something that is the opposite of their power, and that's why they're like sealed and or dead and or being throttled in their ability or something, right? So like unrelenting gluttony has been restrained. Freaking wrath has been made sad. Freaking lust has been covered up. Right?
Yeah.
Like there's all these things, right?
It's less so than just like a killing. It's like an nullifying of their thing. What would it be for greed though? Because she seems pretty greedy,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Greed, a willingness to help people out, right? Like normally greed wouldn't do anything for anyone.
Is it helping or is it using?
Sure, using for sure, but like maybe she wouldn't even get that far. Like, why help someone when you could take it for yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That may not be the case, but there is some kind of weird inconsistencies going on here for sure.
Yes.
And then still, it doesn't come like I want this fucking answer more than any other answer is why are the other witches stopping him from making a contract with Echidna? Like, I get that Echidna's deceiving him and all that, and that's fine. But it doesn't make any sense why they would stop him, right? Like, who the frick do they care what happens with Subaru? Like, who gives a frick? But for some reason, she's like, oh, well, you know, I had to stop it, Minerva says. And then Sloth comes over and she says, oh, I want to make sure everything's fair. Why? Who cares? What does it matter? Right? That's the answer that I want.
I don't know the and part of this, but it's like I believe I want to maintain the fairness of this place. And like obviously your answers or your questions beyond that of like, okay, why? And like tell me more. Like okay, right? I don't have the answer to that.
Who cares if some guy gets taken advantage of? Good, I guess. Like
well, I think it has to do something with the fact of like they don't want her to succeed, or they want Subaru the option to use his
they want to make a contract
by death
with him
authority. Yeah, they want to use that to also get something out of him, or something. Yeah, I don't think they're stopping him from a benevolent, I want to save Subaru from a bad fate angle. It's more there's something that they're trying to do. It might be. I don't know.
Maybe that's how they get the witch factor from Envy, right? They're trying to steal the witch factor from Envy because Subaru's got it right now. And then Envy's now showing up.
Sloths. He also has Sloths factor.
True.
What does that do?
Yeah, what does that do specifically?
We know it prevented him from like his mind snapping.
Maybe it just calms him like to the point where he like if you like you had like anger, like you had all these tensions, like all these things are going on. The sloth just brings you down to freaking neutral because you're just like chilling, right? It's like a chill factor. It just kind of chills you out.
It's a joint,
right? Yeah,
it's sure, maybe.
Yeah, it's a freaking, you know, the blaze it factor, right? It just chills you right the frick out. There you go. So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that. Yeah.
And then what's frickin' SATELLA gonna say? She's just like, hey,
what's
back
she
the
here
frick
for?
up.
Yeah, and why is her like aura all shadowy and evil,
right?
And like she emanates power that these other witches don't have. And I don't know if Echidna was here with anger that she showed up, or more so fear, maybe a combination of both.
Frustration,
and then also. Frustration, yeah. Also, why is Echidna able to come to this place? Isn't she trapped somewhere by like the mages and all? Or SATELLA, yeah. Why is she able to show up? I thought she was supposed to be trapped. Maybe she's not trapped. Maybe she's also trapped in this realm. So does that mean she's also dead? Like, oh, dude.
Also, why did the witches wait so long? And like let Echidna do all of this, especially SATELLA. Why did they like wait so long to show up? Why did they like, oh yeah, go ahead, have your tea party, no problem. Like the other witches, sure, maybe Echidna convinced them of like, hey, let me deal with him for a little bit. I'll figure something out. I'll get a plan going. And the other witches are like, okay, fine. But like SATELLA is not going to do that. She's not going to be like, okay, fine. And like you said, are the witches here or are they scattered around the world, dead or sealed? and then this is like a mind space that they can all come to.
They'll share,
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. And like Subaru has to go to this ruin in order to get here, though. So like it must be a place.
Is like, maybe this is Greed's pathway to this place, but maybe there's like a ruin some other place that has like Sloth. Yeah, and then he goes through Sloth's entrance or something. That said, Echidna, with a snap of her finger, was able to morph the area around here to look like this. Yeah. Is this because this is her entrance? Can all the witches do that? Is it like whoever is stronger? And so now SATELLA's here and she's going to morph and change the landscape to her will?
She did already. The weather.
I guess
clouds came in.
Yeah, she brought clouds. I almost thought that was just like her aura like coming along with her, but it could have been just clouds.
Possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that all about?
And then what's the implication? Maybe this is a passing comment and I shouldn't think of this beyond anything else, but like we've already had 2 episodes kind of hint at this. Last episode with Roswaal talking about it's going to be another me. There's potentially another timeline where I'm going to like, this continues, but this is going to be another timeline. Like, yeah, it was a bit of a stretch, but now they explicitly said that might be true. Only SATELLA knows. Are they going to do more with that? Was the point of showing this to the audience like, yeah, was that like a bait? Like,
right, because now we don't know how much of what she said is real. Like, she could have said that to feed into the desperation to then get him to make the contract.
Yeah, so he wouldn't fail. Yeah, you're right.
Right, like, you don't want to fail? I'll help you. You can avoid all these things. Not really. But she probably wouldn't even say, I'll help you avoid it. She's like, you don't want to fail, do you? I'll help you, right? Knowing that she's going to do every possible imaginary frickin' thing you can imagine, right? It'd be worse than you could possibly imagine.
That's frickin' evil, the bro. Worst. Yeah, that's like the worst frickin'... Oh, that's the worst feature ever.
I want you to frickin' murder your child on this day instead of the other day that you did it.
Oh, dude, I don't even want to think about that. That's like so bad.
It's unbelievable. It's unfathomable. It's just like beyond freaking evil.
Yeah.
It's just like...
She could literally do that with everyone on Earth.
Yeah.
And like literally change the order in which it's done. Change different times of the day. Change the order. Change the method. Change the number of people done at a time. Like, dude.
And you know what?
Crap.
And you could do it with one person every hour of the day and do a different action. And then you could have someone else affect that person in a dynamic way. So one person alone could have an infinite amount of actions and then could have an infinite amount of influences on them to then give a different scenario to give an infinite amount of actions to know. It's like one person alone. And the actions that you could do throughout their entire life would fill billions of freaking years, bro.
Just like, it's even hard to grasp that, but even trying to, just like, like it gets like a freaking panic inducing, dude. My goodness.
To be stuck in that, and then there's nothing you can do. He's fricked. You're fricked.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do.
Holy frick, bro.
Oh, that's like...
What the frick?
Yeah. Like, who's more evil now, dude? SATELLA or frickin' Echidna, man?
That's a good... SATELLA
at
least wants to get to one thing in the future, and you may have some redos ahead of that. But frickin' Greed is even more of a psychopath. Holy frick, bro.
Yeah, that's like 1,000 times worse, man. An infinite
it's
times
infinitesimally.
Worse. Yeah.
Because you may never run out, like, in an almost practical sense. Like,
dude, that's rough, man.
Any amount of
things.
So
what's going to happen now? Is there going to be like a fight? Like, is she actually here? That's like the number one thing I want to know. And I hate that we ended it on a cliffhanger.
Bro, and you know that the cliffhanger for episode 13 is going to be brutal.
It's going to be even worse. I know.
It's going to be freaking devastating. And then we won't even have a double episode next time. We're going to have the one, and then we're going to go, okay, break time. Woohoo, break time. Let's go.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, no. We should maybe almost do the break times first. I don't know.
No,
maybe we'll want to like reset the feelings, the emotions.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if she's actually here or if this is like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know if she was actually in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
Like, is she just so strong that she's able to like send out like, you know, freaking Saruman spirit, sending it out when he's actually like not fully returned? Like, I don't know, dude. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like that though. Yeah, and then was that other SATELLA that we saw with Subaru, was that actually SATELLA or was it a possessed Emilia? Now it begs the question, right?
Yeah. So do you think the kiss, because even last episode was titled The Kiss of Death, and that could just be like a whole bunch of different meanings. But do you think it was the kiss that killed him or something else?
No, I think he just died. And it was the kiss of death as he died, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it was a kiss SATELLA or
so
Emilia.
Good it would kill you. Dang, Emilia's got it going on. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I'll take one for the team, bro. I'll return my death.
This freaking dude. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that was Emilia only. I still hold to that. Like, there is some percentage of the witch there. Is it like influence? Is it like her soul, her magic, something? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't think it is just native Emilia whose mind has been broken. I think it is more than that.
What if it was an Emilia that was possessed by Echidna? Right?
Potentially.
Right.
She make a contract with Echidna?
In desperation, would she? She was left alone and gets manipulated by Echidna? I mean, everyone else is freaking making contracts with her because they're getting freaking hosed into it, bro. Getting roped in. That could be a possibility.
That's a good question. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I wish that we could go back and see what her dress looked like. I almost want to say it looked, when she was the shadowy figure, I want to say it looked like Emilia's dress. I don't remember those yellow flowers that SATELLA just had just now.
She had yellow flowers?
Yellow flowers on her dress, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
Big yellow poofy flowers. I don't remember if she had that.
I don't remember this outfit at all. No.
So it was different. So then, yeah, then that wasn't Echidna, but it was probably a possessed. Bro, she looks so similar right here. Obviously, we can't see the eyes, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could this be Emilia has entered the sanctuary and started the second trial? She noticed Subaru?
No, because the person that gives the trial is Echidna. She's occupied. Here's something weird that really bothered me was Emilia was in the trial. Then Subaru comes in with his freaking eye patch, basically, his eye bandaged, right? She was all excited to see him. And then he left. There was a period of time. He comes back, and she was just there, just waiting. She was like, "Oh, you're back." And I was just like, wait, why was she there the whole time? She just kind of sat there. That's freaking, isn't that weird? That was freaking weird to me.
Okay, so
And she had a cloth. Wait, she had a freaking... I'm seeing it in my freaking mind's eye. She had like something on her lap that she like tossed aside.
Did?
Yeah, she had some kind of
cloth. I don't remember that.
Maybe it was his bandage. Maybe she took the bandage. No, because he had the bandage when he was talking with Roswaal, so it wasn't that. Yeah, she like had something.
I don't remember.
Maybe it's probably not important, but I don't know. It was just so weird. It definitely sticks out. It's one of those things like the doors, like those little details that like you're just like, okay, why was she still there the whole freaking time? And like, why did she toss aside this like cloth that she had? Like,
do you think she was still in the trial? Like, what if, okay, you're saying a kid administers a trial. Okay, fair enough. But what if, because he was undergoing the first trial at the same time Emilia was undergoing the trial. Right? He was going over through his past, and then he came out of it, and then Emilia was still there, and he wakes
She was
her
passed
up.
out. She wasn't necessarily in the trial, was she? She was like...
I think so, because she's like crying and she's like, I didn't mean to, or like whatever she was saying, right? So is the trial like a piece of magic, echidna set, and it like auto runs by itself?
Right.
And like she doesn't have to like, she doesn't have to like purposely do it. And maybe she's aware that
what would
she's
make
in the
you
trial,
think that Emilia is in the trial? Because SATELLA is here?
Yes. Yeah. Like what if Emilia is like some sort of conduit for SATELLA, and she can like use her somehow to do certain things. And because this is like the witch realm, she can show up through Emilia.
Because Emilia's here. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
And that's why
I
in
don't
the
think
sanctuary, she didn't have this dress, but it was again, she was using Emilia as a conduit for her to be here, for her to be there, and she hasn't escaped her prison. Right? Because unless I'm misremembering, I think that they weren't able to kill SATELLA.
Right.
They weren't able to destroy her physical body. She's sealed, which is different than death, which is apparently what these other witches went through. So trying to connect the dots here somehow. Maybe through being sealed, they managed to just seal her soul. But like, I don't know. I don't know. How is the echidna going to come back then if her body has been destroyed and you still need your body? I don't know. I don't know. There's so much we don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, bro.
Okay. Well, interesting stuff. I'm already dreading the cliffhanger of next week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna feel like really slow the next couple of weeks, going from one episode and then the break times and then back to two. Frick, it's gonna be a long one.
Yep, and it's gonna be a gigantic cliffhanger. But my only solace is knowing that at the end of episode 24 or 25. We don't have to wait till season 3. And then finally, at the last cliffhanger of season 3, then we're going to have to wait with everybody else. But at least we didn't have to do a whole lot of waiting.
True.
All right. Well, any last words before we hop off?
That's it. That's all. I think it's fun to have that little kind of breakish in between, like you said, like having to wait a little bit kind of brings anticipation. It's kind of like binging, we've talked about this before, but like binging Attack on Titan versus watching it piecemeal. It's kind of more fun to like wait, to like watch a bit, wait, speculate, think about it. So as much as
watching 2 episodes at once is like the perfect
amount.
Balance between not being too slow and not going full binge.
It's literally
great.
Perfect. So
Okay.
Good job, Game Club or Anime Club.
Yes, yeah. But check out the Game Club. You should.
True.
And you should also, you should also hit that subscribe button. Check out the Patreon and the channel membership if you want to see this 2 weeks ahead of time. And a huge thank you to our premium members for picking out this anime. It's been a good one. It's been a good one. Yes. Good. But with that, we'll see you guys next time.
See you, everybody.
Take care.